Welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have At Midnight. This is our second to last film, technically, that we know of. Uh, okay, no, one more correction on that. I just found out while searching under the A's, Avatar: Fire and Ash showed up, and it wasn't just like, hey, watch the trailer for the movie that was out 6 months ago. It was it was actually a thing that said, "Hey, guess what? Avatar: Fire and Ash will be coming out on June 24th to Disney Plus." So we'll have that in this quarter. But other than this, there's only one other movie left to be selected from. That leaves just a few shorts, even fewer series, and a lot of documentary reality shows and like concerts and stuff. So be ready. We are going to blow through all but a dozen things in the what's currently in our list. All but a dozen. That's astounding to realize that we're that close. But we have another a month and a half's worth of stuff currently ready to be added to the third quarter, so we're great. Anyway, we're back to this movie. This is called At Midnight, and it is from 2023. It's an hour 40 minutes long, and I don't think it's a Lifetime movie. At least I don't think so. It's not. It doesn't show anything from is it Freeform or Lifetime or whatever. It's because it's not even in the tradition of Lifetime or the Hallmark type movies where people fall in love from different areas and it's a perfect romance until they misunderstand each other and then they have to resolve the misunderstanding in the last minute kind of thing. It's not that, but it does have that element. It does have that element, but it's not at the core of it. Well, it's not also. I mean, this movie is strange. It is a little bit strange. Um, it's it's like a trying to build some Legos, and you're using pieces from a Star Wars set, and over here's an architecture set, and over here's a different thing. They're all Legos. They all do what they're supposed to do. You can put them together however you like, but this is it's a little strange how they come together. What we get here in the very first scene, and I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'm going to give you the setup here. Um, the very first scene, you've just stepped into the middle of a superhero movie. Yeah, our main character here, Sophia, played by Monica Barbaro. I'm pretty sure it's Barbaro. I could be wrong. But Sophie and Anders Holm, which is the only person I recognized in this cast. He was in Workaholics, if you know that, and he's done a bunch of other stuff, but he's usually the tall, lanky weirdo of the three guys who refused to do actual work in that series, Workaholics. I even forget what channel it used to be on, probably FX or something. Anyway, they he's in this. They're a couple in the movie, and they're a couple in real life, and they're promoting a film, and their relationship is just you know going places, but unfortunately not where they hope. He's cheating on her. And when she finds out, it's right before they have to head off to Mexico to do some final shots for the film. And, well, now her assistant, who's also her friend, who's technically not paid, but gets to, live a luxurious life in a nice little place with her friend, who, by the way, the sidekicks in any movie, the rule with any kind of romantic comedy movie is the sidekicks get all the funny bits, whereas the weight of the romance, while they may have funny, meet cute, kind of humorous moments between the lovers, and sometimes with their sidekick friends, they are the straight man in the story, and the silly, fun, crazy stuff comes out of the mouth and the actions of the sidekicks. Natalia Boneta? No, everybody doesn't look like their character in this. Catherine, Catherine Cohen is her assistant friend, and by the way, yeah, this is very weirdly laid out. and he, well, our main character, our male person, part of this main character thing is he's Alejandro, and he works at a hotel where Sophie and her soon to probably be ex husband, played by Anders Holm, his name is Adam, and also star like a Doctor Thunder or something is his name. Yeah, something like that. Where the two of them are not staying in a room together anymore, but they're both at the resort, and well, Alejandro is a bit of a player himself. When we first meet him, he's making breakfast for the girl, tourist who just woke up in his bed, and his friend picks him up for work. He's a bartender at the bar, and he is like, "What? I just saw her leave. What are you doing? Why are you? It's just." He's like, "Dude, it's just tourists. You know, why not? It's quick and easy." So, yeah, he's a bit of a player. But when, of course, he and she meet, there's a little bit of a spark there, a little bit of something, a little bit of forbidden. He doesn't realize that he's never seen her movies, but he understands that she's in a relationship, even though she has a different room from him. They're married, I guess. I think they're married. I don't know. So yeah, you get that element, and he's already Adam has already been cheating on her, so she doesn't want anything to do with him. She gets a little bug in her bonnet where she's just like, you know what, I'm a free woman now. I really don't want anything to do with Adam anymore, her ex. And when this charming young man starts showing up regularly in her orbit, and they do nice things, you have to wonder whether he's doing it just to get another tourist in his bed, or if it's something more. And that's where we're meant to determine this. So this sounds pretty by the book, pretty standard, and of course a romance does. I'm not really spoiling anything for you. If they wouldn't put them in the picture like this if they weren't going to have a relationship. So yeah, they start a relationship, and there's a lot of problems with that. He could lose his job. She wants to get away so much from the filming of this movie that she would love to have the freedom for the first time in a long time just to be herself with somebody that she really enjoys being with. So it's pretty genuine for her, and definitely it looks pretty genuine for him as well. And while we might question that at times, it seems like they're pretty honest with each other. Of course, by second act, they're gonna be at odds with each other. Somebody's going to say the wrong thing in order to deflect other people's suspicions, or complete just rudeness, including when he takes her to go meet his family for his sister's wedding. So, those kind of things just happen with people you just meet when you just decide, hey, we're going to move from the beach, and I don't know where they were in Mexico to shoot the film, but they go to Mexico City, bustling metropolis, and get to see his family, and things get a little tense there. So can they live? Can they share a life together? Well, you don't know. You have to watch the movie. Will the pressures of Hollywood and everything else come and get in their way? Is his dreams, his unrealized dreams of wanting to move to New York and run a hotel of the branch from New York rather than in Mexico? He wants to really move on up, but he really wants to have a boutique hotel of his own. Of course, again, I know they've seen like all the elements of those standard Lifetime movie things, but this one has swearing and almost nudity, not actual nudity, but man, it's a little bit racier. Oh, and Anders gets to be that doofus ex-boyfriend or husband, and just be Anders. Like he gets to he gets to spoof on being an egotistical actor that is just full of himself and he needs to take the spotlight at all times, and talks down to her at all times. There's a nice little use of metaphor of her sort of breaking free and not being held down by the whole this whole process that denigrates women in order to raise awareness or raise the profile of men in their orbit. So yeah, there's a little bit of that. Along the way, there's tons of people who are playing characters like her agent, her overstressed agent, or no, her manager. Sorry, her overstressed manager, who is he has to drop names at every point. Every time he's on screen, he's dropping names. He's trying to get this person to do this and get an appearance on this for his client and all these things. He needs to always be in the mix, and so he's just. And there's Whitney Cummings is in this also as a high level like agent person, and yeah, she's an agent. I'm pretty sure she's an agent. So she gets a few scenes in there and to get to be the who's she working for kind of person. But the reason why I say this feels like a bunch of different Lego sets pieces put together is that it's an English language movie until it's not. And then it's an English language movie again. By default, I don't know if this is a mistake of Disney Plus or what, or just on the print of the film, but it shows up as English and everything else, and then when you have the Mexican characters in it, like Alejandro and his buddy and his family or his co-workers, it's fully in Spanish, and it's not like there's not subtitles suddenly showing up. It is you need to turn on the subtitles for the entire movie. So English or Spanish, the subtitles are on. It's just normally when they make movies, I guess this might have been a co-production and said, you know what, screw it. Somebody in Mexico who wants to watch this movie doesn't understand English. Guess what? They got to turn on the subtitles for the English. People who speak English don't understand what people are saying in Spanish. Turn on the subtitles yourself. That's just the way it is. And yeah, that's what I had to do because I was like, well, is part of the story meant to be that we don't understand it? We could just infer from the way they're talking to each other? No, there's definitely like full scenes, full conversations that's just flip-flop between languages. And if you don't know either, yeah, you'll definitely want to have it turned on to your own language. But I don't think there's more than one or two options. It's either Spanish or English. I think that's it. There's no like Indian, or there's no Norwegian or anything else. It's that's it. So that part is where it's just a little bit strange, because again, it usually defaults to one or the other, especially when you're here. Everything defaults to English, and then you have to turn on the subtitles, which is fine. It's just the way it is. It's just it was a little bit of a shock because, yeah, normally when it's a Spanish show or film, they're Spanish right from the start, and maybe there's a peppering of English here and there. I turn the subtitles on. I can understand enough, but not everything. So, and then they also start doing things in a very strange way. Just for one scene, by the way, we start hearing their thoughts when they go out on what appears to be their first date. We hear his internal monologue and then hers. And then they don't do that for the entire rest of the entire film. This one, yes, is a romance for two people that appearances are everything. It's a story of a woman trying to escape the system that she's kind of stuck in and she's dissatisfied with, at least in the current iteration she's in, especially with a man she cannot trust or love. And then feeling that she's not doing herself any service by suddenly jumping into his bed. And I mean, is it helping her? Is she finding true love, or is she doing this just for the semblance of freedom because she can? So yeah, there's a bunch of little themes going on here at the same time. It doesn't seem to stick to one thing, and films could be many things. That's fine if you have well-versed characters. This feels like something that would technically be built into a season of a television show, and you could follow Emily in Paris here or whatever it is. You could follow her, the Sophie in Mexico, in a sense. You could follow her adventures over many seasons, and things can change. It's a lot of the comedy comes from just all the Hollywood references and the jokes at the studios or the actors' expense, and just the culture. So all the people who are in the industry will find those jokes hilarious, and people who understand those things, like me, who's not in the industry, they'll just understand those things. People in the middle of the Montana who aren't in the except for Harrison Ford maybe, who are not in Hollywood, most of this is just it's not gonna be funny. Zinger, 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 zinger. No, it's not gonna be funny. But it's a romance, and it's lots of beautiful people in it, and just lots of just some funny people, lots of funny people who, whether you know Hollywood or not, it still comes across as funny, and it goes all the way into the credits. They basically the rap party has a number of sequences with some of the other actors in this story, and you get to see their experiences in I don't know, stuff that happens at rap parties for movies. So, yeah, it's great as a spoof, and it's pretty good as a romance. But for the most part, yeah, I don't know if everybody's going to get it, but it is it's surprising. While many things are telegraphed pretty far ahead, you kind of know what to expect. It's hard to make a romantic comedy that is in any way original these days. You just sort of got to make stuff that makes people satisfied with the conclusion, because most of it's just comfort food for people who want to have a relationship in their own lives that works out despite themselves. So, and we don't all get that, so that's understandable. Anyway, only one more movie to get. Now imagine if the next one I randomly choose is that movie. 43. And I don't think that'll be it, but we'll find out. It's not. Again, most of the stuff we have here are documentaries and reality shows. This looks like a documentary series. And we're going to go inside the CIA. This is kind of socio-political. This is Inside the CIA, Secrets and Spies. That is a lot of S's. S sounds. I don't have a pop guard. Hopefully this is not blowing out your speakers. You love to listen to this really loud, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, I'm tired. We'll come back here tomorrow, and we'll be watching Inside the CIA, Secrets and Spies on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.